You know how some phones look premium on paper, but the moment you hold them, you start questioning why some specs were added in the first place. That's the feeling I was having with the Infinix Note Edge. Slim body, curved AMOLED display, MediaTek Dimensity 7100 chipset, massive 6500 mAh battery, AI features, and many more. On paper, this phone is doing a lot. After using it for a while, the real question is simple. At above $200, does the Infinix Note Edge justify its price? Well, in this review, we'll be answering that question. The Infinix Note Edge comes with full accessories in the box. You get a TPU case, 45-watt charging brick, a USB A to C cable, screen protector, and the biggest surprise was the earpiece in the box. This phone goes for around 380,000 naira, which is slightly above $250. My unit has 8 gigs RAM and 128 gigs of storage space. There is also another model with up to 256 gigs of storage space, but the RAM stays at 8 gigs. You also need to know that there is no SD card slot on this phone, so whatever storage option you go for, you will be left with just that on the phone. The RAM type here is LPDDR4X and the memory type is UFS 2.2. And in terms of competition, this phone is closely priced, maybe with the Samsung Galaxy A26 and Infinix Note 15. Let me know in the comment section which phone you want me to compare with the Infinix Note Edge. The Infinix Note Edge feels really comfortable in the hand. It's lightweight, slim with curves around the edges that makes it sit well while you are using it. While some of you might think it kind of looks like the iPhone 17 Pro Max from the back, I think it has its own personality. We have some sort of matte textured plastic finish at the back, and when you are rubbing your hand on the back, you kind of feel the textures. There is a tiny LED light at the back, and Infinix is calling that the active halo lightning. It flashes while you are carrying out some activities on the phone. For example, when there is a call, it blinks, and when you plug it to charge, it also comes up. It has its own setting on the phone, so you can tweak it how you want. And what looks like two cameras at the back of this phone is actually just a single 50 megapixel lens, and we'll talk about that in a bit. We also have dual speakers here tuned by JBL, and it sounds quite good. I have the shadow black color options, but there are a number of other colors to pick from, and honestly they look better. There is a dedicated button with this green accent just below the volume and unlock key, and it's called the one tap key. By default, you press and hold it to open up the camera app. It also acts as a shutter button while taking photos. You can map it in the settings to do other functions or turn it off completely. The SIM card tray is at the bottom, and the phone supports dual 5G SIM cards. The Infinix Note Edge has an IP65 water resistant rating, which I would say is okay. For design, it looks clean, and for build quality, it feels durable. And you also get this IR blaster up top here that you can use to control electronics. The Infinix Note Edge has a curved AMOLED display. The curve is aggressive. The bezels take up most of the curvature, and they are even. The bezels are even around the display. We have an under-display fingerprint scanner on the screen, and you have to reach the bottom of the display to actually use it. It's fast at unlocking the phone. The display size is 6.78 inch with a 120 Hz refresh rate. Scrolling feels smooth. Colors look great. Watching content or gaming is okay, and the resolution is 1.5K. It translates on a daily basis when you are using it. There is no support for HDR here, which I assume is one of the areas Infinix had to cut corner to keep the price low. The display has Gorilla Glass 7 eye protection, which is a good addition. Using the phone outdoors, it was okay at max brightness, but when you reduce the brightness all the way down, you struggle to see this display. There's also an option to lock the phone to 120 Hz refresh rate in the settings or switch it to 60 Hz. You can even set it at auto, and I left mine on auto refresh. To me, the display is okay. The Infinix Note Edge is running on Android 16 based on XOX 16.1. Infinix is also promising 3 years of software updates on this phone plus 5 years of security patches. The software looks clean, and for someone who has used countless Infinix phones over time, I would say icons look a bit different, even down to the animation. When you swipe down the quick menu, you'll notice that they went with Apple's secret glass vibes here, the transparent icons, and it's mostly in that part, and it doesn't really carry out into the entire UI of the phone. You get the usual pre-installed apps, and most of them can be uninstalled if you want. There is also a new keyboard app from Infinix, as well as the Ultra Link app for calls between Infinix phones. Multitasking is great. You get split screen and floating apps. There is also a space to add multiple users on the Infinix Note Edge. For those who know how far the XOS software has come, from early days of ads taking over the UI to present day clean look, you'll appreciate the XOX 16 experience. Now let's talk about AI. There is a dedicated section in the settings called Infinix AI. These AI features are not processed on device, so you need an internet connection to use them. There is circle to search, which is my favorite, but I use it more for looking for music when it's playing in the background and I don't know the artist, so I just use that feature. All you have to do when you bring up circle to search is to tap this icon and you'll see the music you are looking for. There are a lot of other AI features like recording summary, AI call assistant, document and writing assistant, among others. Pholax can also replace Gemini as your phone assistant. It's really commendable that Infinix is giving users a feel of AI features typically reserved for more expensive phones. The Infinix Note Edge is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7100 processor. For this price point, I think the performance is quite decent. I won't call it a gaming-centric chipset, but for games, it runs smoothly, and I played a number of demanding games on the phone and it was just fine. After a while of gaming, it begins to lag, which is typical with phones around this price. One thing I didn't notice was overheating. If you're someone that doesn't do much on your phone, this is a very, very good option. Day-to-day usage didn't feel slow, and it always responded whenever I pressed the phone. Performance is okay, nothing too ambitious. The cameras might be an aspect where the Infinix Note Edge falls short of expectation. We have a single 50 megapixel lens at the back with a 13 megapixel selfie camera up front. Daylight pictures using the main camera appear sharp, well detailed, HDR is noticeable, and colors appear good in the photos. I love how it handles skin tones also. You can zoom up to 15 times, but I find the sweet spot at 2x. Anything above that gets too noisy and you cannot use it. In low light, it's quite decent. There isn't much visible noise in the shot, which is commendable. For selfies, the 13 megapixel lens does good with details and sharpness. The dynamic range is also good and skin tones appear great. You can also shoot 2K at 30 FPS with the front and back camera, which is good. And for 60 FPS, you have to go down to 1080p. And if you want to shoot with electric stabilization, you need to shoot to 1080p 30 FPS. The video quality is okay, nothing too crazy. You can use it to take videos of family and friends, but if you want to do serious video, you can't depend on this phone. The battery here is 6500 mAh with 45 watt charging support. Battery life is decent. You get a complete day of use on the phone, and I feel it should give me a day and more, but I have to recharge it in the morning the next day. I have the Redmi Note 15 Pro Plus 5G with the same 6500 mAh battery, and it gives me a day and a half of battery life. I was expecting more of the same on the Infinix Note Edge. I feel with maybe some software updates, the battery life might catch up. And if you want to charge the phone from 0 to 100 using the 45 watt charger it comes with, it takes slightly over 1 hour. So after using the Infinix Note Edge, this is how I see it. This phone gets a lot right. The design is clean, it feels good in hand, the display is solid, the software has clearly matured, and I really appreciate the full accessories in the box that Infinix is giving us. That earpiece alone is something we don't see anymore. Performance is decent for everyday use, the AI features are a nice bonus, and the phone feels durable enough to last. But it's not perfect. The battery life didn't quite meet my expectation, and the camera setup feels limited for this price. Overall, the Infinix Note Edge is a good phone, not an ambitious one. It's for someone who wants a comfortable, good-looking device that does the basic well without chasing flagship performance. Let me know in the comment section, will you consider the Infinix Note Edge, or do you feel there are better options out there? That's it for this video. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.